Miss Smith, fabulously first grade.
Hello guys and happy Monday. I survived my first week of school and I decided my second YouTube video is going to be about school supplies because I posted a TikTok and I got a lot of hate on my TikTok about school supplies and how I use them in my classroom. So I'm going to do a little bit of explaining and show you guys what is communal and what is not communal and how I run my classroom with supplies. Alright, the first thing I'm going to show you guys is what stays in their actual desk all year, every day, all day. So they do have their own pencil box, and in the pencil box is 5 pencils. 5, that's how many they have all the time. 1 glue stick, their scissors, and their crayons. So this is what stays in their box, in their desk, every day. So the way I do it is, I didn't do this my first year, and it was a really big struggle with pencils, like having to sharpen pencils every 5 seconds. Like during my lesson, the kids didn't have pencils. So I found something online where you do like the pencils where they have to like keep track of 5 pencils throughout the week. So if the kids keep all 5 pencils all week, they get a prize on Friday. On Friday, we spend a good like 30 minutes sharpening everybody's pencils, and then they put them back in their pencil pouch for the following week. If they keep all 5 pencils, they get a prize. So this teaches them responsibility. They have to keep up with their pencils. If one breaks, they don't ask me to sharpen it, they use another one. So this has saved me so much headache and the sharpening question that I used to get all the time. So this has saved me a lot of time. They get 1 glue stick because they can't really keep good care of their glue stick. They usually end up nasty and like they push them all the way up to like here, and then they have to go in the trash. And half the time they lose the lids and they dry out and go in the trash anyway. So when they finish their 1 glue stick, they know they need to show me, because sometimes they'll be like, I need a new glue stick, and it's not even done. So they need to show me if they need a new glue stick, and then I'll show you guys where they get that new glue stick. They have their folder, their own folder, whichever one they brought in, and their own notebook, whichever one they brought in. So these are not communal items. These stay in their desk all day, every day. So I'll put those back. Some of my friends keep their pencils in one and crayons in the other to be a little bit more organized. All right, they all have their own buckets with their numbers on them, and this is where their headphones and their whiteboard go, because they'll play with those things if they're in their desk, and they'll just end up breaking. So, and then they have 1 dry erase marker, and their dry erase eraser, and their desk at home, which we haven't really used those yet. So these stay around my classroom. I can kind of show you where they are. So they're over there, and they're in the window right here. So those things stay in their buckets for when they need them. If they are running out of glue, don't have a glue, and they show me that they don't have a glue, they go over here and get 1 out of the bucket. They just take 1 and go. They don't all touch them, all the glues, they just take 1 and go. Same with the erasers. I keep erasers over here. They just take 1 and go. I do have some sharpened pencils here for my friends who have 0 pencils, because it will happen. They'll lose all 5 and you'll have to give them 1 from over here. Those are already sharpened and ready to go. But this pencil debacle, I don't really know what to call it. This pencil game that I found has worked really well because I'm not constantly sharpening pencils every single day. Like my first year of teaching, every 5 minutes, they'd be like, I need my pencil sharpened. I don't have any pencils. So they get like a small prize. They get like a little desk pet eraser if they have all 5 pencil, or a piece of candy. I fill up my glue stick bin. I pull from this big bin of glue sticks. This is from every single kid in the class. All the kids who brought in supplies, they just get dumped in the same bin. So we try to use the good brand ones first, and we'll just refill the little thing over there, and they'll come and get 1. So they're not digging through here and spreading germs through here. I will refill the little bucket, and then we'll just grab 1 when they need 1. This is just what makes sense for me. I mean, it is so convenient, and they become really independent, and then they can go get their own glue stick when theirs is empty. Same with the pencils. So I haven't really gone through a lot of the pencils yet and put them together, but we will eventually sharpen all of these, and that's just where we'll pull from when we need to replace those 5 pencils. So if a student only has 1 pencil on Friday, and then I'll give them 5 pencils again, because these pencils disappear, you guys. I don't know where they go, but they disappear. And they're not sharing those pencils. They're keeping their 5 pencils, and then I will replace them and give them more pencils once they lose those 5. But they try to keep track of those 5 pencils as long as they can. If they're like gross and dirty and chewed on and the eraser falls off, we just throw them out and they get a new pencil, because we have lots of pencils for everybody to use. On our school supply list, we ask for 2 packs of crayons because we replace them around like December or as the kids need them. So if a kid has like no crayons left because they got vacuumed up by the janitor or thrown out, or whatever happens to crayons, you know, some of us eat them, we give them their second box. So these have individual names on them. I'll cover up the names, but we do keep the names on those, and we just have a big bag of all those kids' personal crayons, and so when they are done with their crayons, they'll get their new crayon box. And then I have a bunch on the bottom that are just fine, that were extra, so if a kid doesn't have extra crayons in December, I'll replace them anyway if they need to be replaced. But I wouldn't give a kid like someone else's crayons if it has their name on it, because there is a difference between Rose Art and Crayola. I do understand that, and I wouldn't give somebody Rose Art crayons if they brought in Crayola. So I will save these with the kids' names on them, and they will get the ones that they brought in. My erase markers, they all go in one bin, you guys. They all go in one bin. I have a little box over there, and they get one at a time, because let me tell you why. These get shoved in. You know how many of these get destroyed every day. Destroyed. So I give kids one at a time, and when they break it, they get in trouble because they know they shouldn't be doing that, and then they get a new one. So that's how I do school supplies in my classroom. It really works well for me. I couldn't imagine like keeping 27 different bags of individual supplies and like having the kid go get their exact glue stick that they brought in like in the middle of a lesson. That kind of seems a little silly to me. So this is just what works for me. It's like communal, but not really communal. I mean, they still get their own crayons, their whatever folder, markers, crayons, and journals that they brought in. The only things we really share are like glue sticks, pencils, dry erase markers, and like erasers. That's really it. So I hope that answers a lot of questions. And for people asking why they can't keep them in their desk, we can't keep lots of things in these tiny little desks. That one's pretty clean. This one's a little messy, so we can't keep a year's worth of school supplies in our desks. It just wouldn't happen. That's all. I hope this video clears some things up. Let me know if you guys have any questions about school supplies in my first grade classroom.